Hey guys, Quad from the IWR show. Finally getting to answer all these questions you guys have sent me. There's more than I've ever thought would come into my inbox and my comment box, so I thank you all for taking time to write them. And one of them I can't answer on this show. It's from Kane Cub 9. It would just take too much time. It'd probably take me about 15 minutes to talk about it by itself. So I'll do a response video to that later. So I'll answer your stuff later on. Let's just get to the questions. From most extreme wrestler, who is more full of crap, Hulk Hogan or Ultimate Warrior? It's 2011, guys. I really don't care about what you did or what you didn't do or who did what or who didn't do what in 1980. Sorry to say, this is just a publicity stunt to get attention. It's just stupid, so that's my opinion on that topic. So let's go to the next one. Sixth 573 asked, which performer would you like to see come back for a guest appearance to ref or a new match? I don't know if you're talking about alive or dead, so I'll just probably do one of each. Probably the dead wrestler would be Eddie Guerrero. Just the Latino heat, come back and just have one more match. Just the way he passed was just really sad, and it really took everybody by shock, and really made everyone take a step back and realize that life can just be taken away like that. So Eddie Guerrero just come back and bring Chavo back for a night. That would just be the awesome match. Or bring JBL back and have a rematch of the Texas Bull Run match. The live wrestler would probably be Shawn Michaels, a guy who had a great match against the Undertaker at WrestleMania. A Hall of Famer, a guy that's over 40 years old and still could perform in the ring. Give me another one of those guys, and we'll have those two in a match. So, my next one is Kyle9965. What do you think of James Storm's winning the title instead of Robert Roode? I think it's interesting. I think it's gonna be intriguing for TNA Impact Thursday Night fans. It's gonna make people want to watch and realize what's gonna come out of this. Are these two going to feud? Or are they just still going to be tag partners? Or are they still going to be Fortune members? It's just so many questions, and the next couple of weeks are going to have a lot of answers. So, the next set of questions are from Random 1110. What's my thoughts on Chris Benoit as a whole? As a wrestler in ECW, WCW, WWE, it literally looked like Chris Benoit would do anything to be in a match. Do anything to get the fans riled up. He would lose a match or win a match. Lose a tag team, get DQ'd, get hit in the head with metal chairs, would do the flying headbutt, which may have a reason to cause a death. What I think he did with his family, I've fought through. This is one of my personal things that not a whole lot of people know about. I fought through depression, so I know what the whole suicidal thing is, all that. And I think what Chris Benoit did was not himself. It was the concussion riling back up inside of him. It's the effects of getting hit in the head with a chair so many times back in ECW, WWE, WCW. So Chris Benoit is probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So that's my thoughts of Chris Benoit. Another one from Random 1110 is, what Cardinals should they retire? Haven't yet. I'm guessing you're talking about the numbers. Actually, this one actually took me a lot longer than a lot of. In my opinion, they should retire number 25 from Mark McGuire. Oh my God, he did steroids. That was the era he was in. Look what he did to Cardinal baseball. He brought fans back to the seats. Now he's helping the Cardinals in the World Series. So they should retire number 25, even though he hopefully will make it someday in the Hall of Fame, but I have a weird feeling he won't. Just retire his number. And because he hit 70 home runs at Busch Stadium. He brought the excitement back to baseball after the strike in 1995, I believe. So that's the answer to that one. This is also from Random. Since there is a strong rumor to Royal Rumble being in St. Louis, who would you have appear in the Rumble and who should win it? Who should appear? I literally think they should bring Chris Jericho back. A guy that Royal Rumble will be in January, which means it's before WrestleMania. So you could do a Jericho CM Punk feud. Man, that would just be, because they've been talking on Twitter, they've been mouthing back and forth, and that would just be great. Have the guy who was the first undisputed champion to a guy who won it this year as undisputed champion, and since WWE forgot about the history, Chris Jericho is the first official undisputed champion. So, who should win it? Man, that's a tough one. There is two people who should win it. Chris Jericho come back and win it, or the homeboy Randy Orton. It would be awesome to see Randy win it again, so since it's his hometown. But I wouldn't mind seeing Jericho win it. So, if you had to, this is one of the last ones from Random 1110. If you had to show a non-wrestling fan a wrestling match, what match would it be? There's actually two matches I would show him. The Undertaker Shawn Michaels match from WrestleMania 26, the last one, so 26, and then the Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles triple threat at Unbreakable, which is one of my favorite matches because you actually get to see three of the OGs of TNA and former Ring of Honor wrestlers. So that would probably be the two that I would show them. And if you're in a little extreme mode like I am, probably a ladder war from ROH or probably a ladder war from ROH. Just one of the first two, not this recent one. I guess it comes to the two IWR guys. Let's start with Ryan. This is from the Mad Scientist 7890. Yeah. This is good old Ryan. Any two women wrestlers, past or present, in a bra and panties match, who would they be? Kelly Lita. Hands down. Actually, my hands probably just would be down. And then guest ref by Trish Stratus. So, there's no purpose to have a guest ref. I just want to see her just there so I can. No. Let me take back Trish Stratus. Go with Velvet. Just put a little Velvet in that. So, here's another one from Ryan. This craziness he thinks of. Who's the last wrestler you would want to meet in a dark alley? The Undertaker. Because I'm pretty sure I would shit my pants. First, because it's The Undertaker. And second, because it's in a dark alley. I'm not a big fan of dark alleys. So, if you could see Albert Pujols, good old St. Louis Cardinal, hit anyone in the wrestling business in the face with a baseball bat, who would it be? Let's see. If you've ever watched any of my Quads Weekly Rages, let's see. I actually have two people in mind. Jeff Hardy and John Cena. Man, that was a tough one. Good one, Ryan. That was a tough one. And the last but not least, from the IWR show themselves, this is from J-Man. Even though I know why I came up with it for you, how did you get the name Quad, and what's it mean? Let's see. The name Quad actually stands for 4 names. I have 4 first names and my real official name. My real name's not Quad. I'm sorry to burst any of your bubbles that actually thought my name was Quad. It would be legendary if my parents named me after a body part. But they didn't. My real name is Eric Michael Anthony Ryan. So, when I first met, I'll get to that. I actually answered that one. So that answers how did I get the name, and the name got brought to me from J-Man himself. This actually will answer the next one. So, even though I know why, again, how did you meet everyone from the IWR show? Let's start with J-Man. I went to the community college with J-Man out in our hometown of St. Charles. And that's actually how I got the name Quad. I used to be called Double Name, because it was Eric Ryan, and nobody really knew my full name. And then one day I told J-Man, and him and his bright ideas started calling me Quad, and that's where we stand today. we're pretty much best friends, and we always hang out. So next one is Robert. I met Robert from J-Man. He's also one of our wrestling fans. He used to come over for our pay-per-views and all that, and then he started working a bunch. So I don't know. Hopefully he comes back soon. I miss you deeply. And Ryan. We met Ryan. Actually, I met Ryan at the ROH show in Collinsville, which we'll be attending again, which is going to be legendary. Just for itself. I met him there, and then I just said, "Hey, what's up?" And then we met him at Slackers, which is like a CD game where you could trade in stuff. And we literally sat there for, I believe, almost an hour and a half and straight talked about wrestling. And then we talked about we're going to do a show, and he was all gun-ho for it. So that's how I met everyone from the IWR show. Thanks again for all the questions, King Cub 9. Don't worry, don't fright. I'll get to your question when I do. That wraps up my Q&A first and hopefully not last, but talk to you later, guys.